Hi and welcome. Somebody the other day asked me to read a poem and tell me what my thoughts on it were. And I've read it. I'll read it to you, but don't worry, it's not a huge poem. It's called Fire and Ice by Robert Frost. Afterwards, I'll give you the breakdown on what I think about it. So it goes like this. Some say the world will end in fire. Some say ice. From what I've tasted of desire, I hold with those who favour fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough to hate, to know that for the destruction ice is also great and would suffice. So that's it. Very, very short poem, but I've analysed it, and I think it's a very fascinating poem because it looks so simple, but it carries a lot underneath. The way I read it, Frost isn't literally talking about the end of the world. He's talking about human emotions in this poem, and how both extremes can be both destructive. Fire, for example, represents desire, passion, anger, the emotions that burn hot and fast. Ice, on the other hand, represents bitterness, coldness, hate, the emotions that destroy more slowly but just as surely. So what makes this poem even more interesting is that Frost wasn't writing from nowhere, because I've done a little bit of research on Frost. He did go through a lot of personal loss in his own life. Grief, depression, trauma touched him in many different ways. And you can feel some of that in his writing. He understood how powerful and sometimes dangerous human emotions can be. So for me, this poem isn't about Frost saying that the world doesn't need a dramatic disaster to fall apart. Sometimes our own emotions, too much passion or too much coldness, can do damage on their own. So let's explore that a little bit more. So for instance, Frost himself said that he got the idea partly from the Book of Revelation and partly from Dante's Inferno. But his real interest was in the human beings destroying themselves emotionally long before the world would ever physically end. So what would he have here is fire, meaning desire, passion, lust, greed, strong emotions that burn fast and burn hot. They can consume, overwhelm and destroy. And then you have the word ice, hatred, difference, bitterness and apathy. Cold emotions that freeze relationships. They destroy more slowly, but just as completely. So he's basically saying human beings don't need natural disasters to ruin the world. We do it with our own emotions. Both extremes are dangerous and both are destructive. Both can end the world, whether that means society, relationships, or personal well-being. So I hope you like my interpretation on that, and if anyone's got another poem they'd like me to analyse, please drop me a line and send it to me and I'll have a look. Thank you for watching. Bye.